Hey, Fanboy Nation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
You're watching.
We're watching. You're watching Fanboy.
Fanboy. Fanboy.
Fanboy.
Fanboy.
A fanboy, etc.
Fanboy Nation.
Dot. I assume Tom.
When I first saw the title and heard the tagline, I thought this was going to be along the lines of The Frisco Kid, a Gene Wilder classic. But here we are, a little more of a thriller and very timely, especially with 2A being controversial for some people and a necessity for others. Sal and Dermot, how are we today?
Fantastic. Good to be with you.
Doing great. Thanks. Thanks to see RC.
It's great seeing you again. The film is great. It's a lot of fun. There is some levity, which we do need, but it's also a very serious aspect of what's going on, especially Sal in your community, having gone from, I believe, Reform Judaism to Orthodox Judaism?
Over the years, yes. And as a member of the Orthodox community, which is to say the visibly Jewish community, security and safety is something that we have to take very seriously.
Yeah, it's interesting when people sit there, and I'm not advocating pro 2A or against 2A. It is the law, and it is one of our foundational laws. But the seriousness, especially in what your community is going through and how the film portrays it, is that this has become a necessity, whether people like it or not.
Yeah. I mean, the training that the rabbi goes through in the movie, very often in a movie, in a classic, a Western, a thriller, a guy has to learn how to shoot. He puts a few tin cans on a fence. 20 seconds later, he can shoot. That's not the real world. So when the rabbi has to learn how to use a firearm, he goes through real training. And it's the training that I went through joining this organization, Magen Am, means Shield of the Nation. Thank God we have allies in this fight. And it's really a fight against hatred that is so often stoked for corrupt reasons. It's online. It's people hate people they've never met before. And so much of what the movie is about is that this kid who's been taught to hate Jews, when he actually meets the rabbi, a living, breathing person with complexity and a past, realizes that his views were just built on nothing. He'd been manipulated. And then understanding and conversation can follow.
And it's perfect that you cast Mark in this role, because he can find that balance between humor, sensitivity, and drive.
Absolutely. And Mark,
I add in action hero just in case.
Real action hero.
The movie plays like that and has terrific action sequences. There's a cat and mouse sort of central to the structure of the film that keeps you on the edge of your seat. So it's great working with Mark. Also, I would say too that the part I play in it is used against itself and misunderstood for what it is, and that's what keeps my character in the whole story as people try to figure out what initially happened and for what reasons, which are far less to do with religious conflict or disagreements or misunderstandings, and a lot more to do with money.
Right. And your character of Alan is the financial backer for the new synagogue that's being built, that's being pulled out of the shopping mall.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So you can elucidate, but yes, it has a lot more to do with the land, and the setting of the film in the high desert is crucial to the storyline. Some of the settings I alluded to earlier.
The part that he's at the heart of the story. There's a lot of Chinatown style elements in this movie. We're definitely tipping the hat to that, where things are happening on multiple levels. For Dermot to play this part, I mean, we needed a brilliant actor. He's the guy that's talked about by everybody before you meet him. He doesn't disappoint when you do. He really aces that. And he's got to play two parts simultaneously, because there's what's going on the surface. There's the subtext. There's what he wants people to think he wants and what he really wants. And you need great talent surround you to pull that off. Otherwise, the thriller won't work. And thank God this one does.
Well, Dermot, the last time we spoke was for your last thriller film, and here we are for yet another thriller. You've kind of become the king of the genre at this point.
Well, the genre expanded. I was so thrilled to be included in films like this. Which are you referring to? Ruthless?
Yeah.
Is that when we spoke? Because
Yeah,
that's
the
a
last time we
terrific,
talked.
also by the book type of thrillers. So I won't say they're easy to make. Some of the stuff Sal pulls off is very extreme, of course, but they're well understood. So once you know that genre, it's so helpful. So when Streamer allowed for movies that were made under budget, under studio level budgets, there's a way to make something taut and something suspenseful without having to you know what I mean? There's a sudden market for streamer thrillers, so I went in. I went in. Yes, for sure.
And there's even a magic that happens. There's even a magic that happens on our tight schedules, you know, because we don't have 60 days, we don't have 80 days.
And there's a lot of films like Ruthish that you mentioned that suddenly again we were making movies like we did earlier when there were film theaters for independent films to go to. Suddenly, when streamers settled into that sort of movie, the producers were able to sell their films again suddenly, and that opened it up to great storyline stuff that's needed to be heard out there from tons of different voices. So once again, I think it's an echo in the distance, but hopefully it's coming on strong and stays that way. So independent voices and filmmakers have a place for their work to be seen.
Right. And thanks to you and Neil and Mark,
this one
you
comes
made
out
it
in
look easy for
theaters.
Sal.
Sorry, this is also, just to mention, this is in theaters, July 18th. So
only in theaters, July 18th, theaters across America.
Well, the cast you put together made it look easy for you, Sal.
When you surround yourself with pros, you've already done half the work. I mean, true talent and very generous people. You know, on the first day of production, when we knew that we had to make all our days, and halfway through the day, it's like we have so much action. We had action on half the days, which takes extra choreography, where you know, it's not the actors working out the emotion and the subtext of their scenes, where we're just choreographing the actual action. So to make that work and to give everyone their due, I had to make an adjustment. And the adjustment that I made is I stopped saying cut. Because when you say cut, you know, 10 departments rush in, the costume, the makeup, the lights, the sound, everybody wants to tweak their stuff. And it's 10 minutes before you can shoot again. And we couldn't afford that. So I just stopped saying cut. It was like, that was awesome. Back to one. Here's the adjustment. Ready, action. And for that to work, you really need an amazing team of people who are on board with you, starting with the cast. And Dermot was so generous and he made it work.
Thank you. We had so much footage in the short amount of time that we put together.
Yeah.
In particular of the party sequence where some stuff goes down. Yeah.
Where some stuff goes down.
Well, the fact that you filmed this in 20 days and it looked like you had 3 months to pull this off is a feat in itself.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And there was some stuff that happened because of that atmosphere, because of not cutting, because of everything so tight, where the actors are stop being actors. They're really there. They're in it. They're learning. They're discovering things while they're on camera. And there's some tremendous moments of truth, you know, just truth happening on the camera where you can see it's beyond the performance. You know, it's something happening right in front of the camera.
So unfortunately, I got the 1 minute warning, so we're going to leave it with you. The tagline, you know, only God and your Glock can defend you. I'm misquoting that, so correct me on that. But where can we find you and the film on social media? And where can we see it in theaters? Is it going to be a wide release, limited release? How are we looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's looking like at least 500 theaters and maybe more. There's a lot of buzz. A lot of groups are forming to come and see the movie. So I think we're going to get even more screens. It just couldn't come at a better time. So gunsandmosesmovie.com. You can get updates. You'll see the show times as we get closer to the release. But it should be coming to a theater near you. And if you want more movies to be made like this, which is to say great movies, thrillers, movies that keep you on the edge of your seat, you got to support it with your feet. You got to come out opening weekend and send that message. We want more movies like this.
Well, this is a great film. Congratulations, Guns N' Moses. June 18th. It's going to be a lot
July
of fun.
18th.
July 18th. I'm sorry. You know, it's been one of those mornings. I've been up since like 4. But July 18th, we're making it happen in theaters. Congratulations on this film. And thank you guys so much for your time today.
Thank you, RC. See you soon.
You got
Thank
it.
you,
Take care.
All the best.